Hello! Today I'm going to be showing you how to make hessian and oilcloth placemats, so dinner mats. This is what I have available in my shop, so you've got a nice floral design there. These ones I made for myself, and the oilcloth is waterproof, so it wipes clean. You can also put them in the wash to keep the hessian nice and clean as well, but try not to do that too much because it probably will fray a fair bit. So this is what I have available, and I also do matching coasters or drinks mats. Now today I'm going to be doing an order that I had from a customer. She didn't want that particular type of fabric, so I went out and she told me her specifications, what she wanted, and I found some nice oilcloths that matched the colours and things that she wanted, and she chose this sort of design here. Again, like I said, it's waterproof. So what you're going to need is your rectangles of hessian. I think Americans call it burlap, and it's like potato sacking. And you're going to need to overlock it. Not sure if it's called overlocking. My knowledge is a bit limited and it comes from my mum. I'm not a very experienced seamstress, so this is quite an easy thing to do, but I'm practicing my skills to get better, and I've been making clothes recently. So the stitch that you need, I'll just pop it on my machine so I'm prepared. The stitch that you need looks like that, or like that. And that stops the edges fraying, because this stuff, it does come to pieces, as you see, and you don't want it to fray all the way. So if you just overlock the edges here, you can fray it so that it looks nice, and then it won't go any further, which is what you want. So on your sewing machine there is a little ruler. And what you need to do is get your hessian and place it next to the first marker, which on my machine says 10 or 3/8. I guess it's probably an inch from the centimetre. It's a centimetre from where your needle will be. And the best sort of needle for this is the sharp needle, but ball points are for stretchy fabric and various things like that. So it's just a normal standard needle. So you get it up to the first marking on your ruler and you begin. I won't be doing all of this on the video, so I will be stopping and showing you bits and trying to condense it down so you don't get bored. Right, so we just begin. Guide it nicely through, don't push, the machine will do the work for you. So I will do that, and I will show you the finished bit in a minute. So once you've gone all the way around the edge, snip the threads, leaving yourself a nice long tail. Now, just as a little side note here, these things for sewing are amazing, because it can be quite awkward to pick up scissors, get your fingers in and everything. You just pick these up. Brilliant. So you snip off your excess thread. I always tend to pull those bits through, and then we can do the rest of it. So now you need to do the fraying. So you just pull these threads, or the bits weave, and pull them right out of the placemat. And what you'll find is it will have caught on some of the thread halfway through. So all you'll have to do is just snip that bit off. There. do this all the way around. And then it gives you a really nice effect at the top there, and you don't have to worry about any more falling to pieces. You just take it all out and snip where it's been stitched. And with the stitch that you've done, it will not fray any further than your stitches. That's fine, that one's how like that. This bit is a bit time consuming sometimes. It's always handy to have a little bin down there, otherwise you'll be brushing up the excess. Although be prepared to get absolutely covered in threads and bits from the hessian. Now once you've done this, you can start to add your fabric to it. Now the thing with the hessian is it does like to warp ever so slightly, so you will never, no matter how square you make it or how straight the lines are, how matched up it is to the other fabric, it won't. It will not match up perfectly, but do not worry about that. It is shabby chic after all, it's not meant to be perfect. So that is frayed all the way around, and then we need to start pinning the fabric to the centre. Now I will show you a little bit of this to get you started, and then I will do it all and come back to you in a second. Now you don't want to do great big seams, because when you come to sew the oilcloth on, you're only going to be doing it a millimetre or so from the edge, so you really don't need to bend it under too much. And again, do not worry if it doesn't line up perfectly to the hessian, because the hessian does like to move as you do it. Sorry, my computer just went funny then for a second. So my suggestion would be, when you are pinning things, I should do it this way really, is to pin things in a certain direction, because this will be the edge that you put against your sewing machine, and you need to make sure that the pins are going with the head towards facing sort of downwards, so that it's easier for you to pull out as you are sewing. So if you try and pull, you imagine this is where you're sewing, if you try and pull the pin out with the head up here and the point down here, you're going to be pulling into the into your sewing machine needle. So it is best to do it going away from where your needle will be. So just a small tuck of fabric underneath, and then start the way round and do that. So another needle. Make sure you catch both bits of fabric. And when you get to the corner, again, just a small tuck on the other side, like so. So you've got this bit folded underneath and then that bit folded there. Make sure you catch the corner with the edge of the needle right there. Like so. Like that. So I will pin all of this to the hessian and I will be back to show you the rest in a moment. Once I can find my mouse. So once you have pinned it all down, it should look like that. Again, when you put your material to the sewing machine, it will be this edge, so you need the bottom of the pins facing downwards, and the head of the pins facing downwards, so that it's easier as you're going up to just pull them out, rather than trying to pull them out from the top and getting your hand caught in the needle, your sewing needle. So we're going to start now. Make sure your threads are nice and long and towards the back of the machine. Got your first pin. And you're going to be using a straight stitch for this. So you need to position it quite nicely, just towards the edge, just a couple of millimeters, and just gently lower the needle into where you're going to be sewing. So nice and easy to start with. If I can actually find my pedal, that'd be great. Where you've sewed, make sure you can keep that in a nice straight line. Once you've started, just do a quick back stitch. That helps keep it nice and secure. Nice and slowly, and you can take the pins out and stop once you show you a tip once I get to the corner. That's something that my mum taught I'll try and get there quickly. You don't need to push this, the machine will guide it through for you, so you just need to keep your hand on it to guide it, but do not push. Right, so we'll get into the corner, I will show you that little tip. Right, nice and slowly. Right, so when you get to the corner, place your needle right in the edge and keep it lowered into the fabric, because then you can lift your foot, turn the fabric, and you are not in danger of the fabric slipping away from where your needle is and therefore messing up your stitches. So this is quite a nice handy little tip for most things actually, not just straight edges. If you're trying to do a curve, you can stop, turn, stop, turn, stop, turn. If you're not as comfortable as some people are with just guiding the fabric and turning it. So you place your foot back down and then you carry on. Once it's done, I will come back and show you the rest. Just coming to the end now, so I'm just going to sew up the last edge and show you the finished results. My sewing machine is a Singer Brilliance, and to be fair, it really does live up to its name. I had an old sewing machine my mum had when she was in her 20s, or yeah, I think she was in her 20s. So it was 32 years old when she gave it to me. It's very, very old, and her name was Gloria. I called her Gloria. This one's called Gladys. And my mum bought it for me for Christmas. Nearly finished. Yeah, just nicely tucked underneath there. Once you come to the end, do another back stitch, and that just keeps it nice and secure. And then take your snippers, give the wheel a little wiggle, because sometimes the thread can get caught. So leave yourself a nice long thread on the end and pull those to the back for your next thing. Now with the bit at the front, the threads at the front, what I do is I cut them quite short, and then the two long ones at the back pull through, because that will pull the remainder of the thread at the front through, and you can just snip that off, and the back stitch will keep that in place quite nicely. So there you have it, one finished placemat. The oilcloth that I use, it doesn't fray, so you don't need to do the little tucks. You don't actually need to do that because it will not fray. So if you're not comfortable doing that, then don't do it. I do it because it looks quite nice. Looks quite a nice little finish to it. But you don't need to. I don't do that on the placemats, sorry, the drinks mats that I do, because it's too fiddly with them being so small. I don't do that. So, finished placemats, all ready for your dining table. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to click subscribe, because there will be lots more videos from me to come about my products, and a few more how-to videos and things like that. And you can find all of my products, sorry, not sure what that was. You can find all of my products on my Etsy shop. My business is called House of Nika, so go and check it out. Thanks.